Hello dear students, today in this video we'll try to understand the examination pattern of APICET and the syllabus which is available in APICET examination and 2023 APICET paper analysis. So many students has requested to do APICET paper analysis and concepts and the questions which are related to APICET because in My3 Academy channel, you will be able to see TSICET examination pattern and the questions which are related to TSICET 2023 all are available. So I will discuss what are the major changes available in APICET and what is APICET examination pattern and what are the topics which are common to TSICET and APICET while you are preparing, how to use those concepts and the videos which I have done in TSICET you will understand in this session. So let's start with our session. If you observe the APICET test pattern, there are three sections given. Section A is analytical ability, section B is communication ability, section C is mathematical ability. So section A covers 75 questions from analytical ability, section B covers 70 questions from communication ability, section C covers 55 questions. So altogether you will be having 200 questions and every question carries 1 mark and total 200 marks for the examination. And you will be having 150 minutes of time to crack this 200 questions. That means you will be having less than a minute to crack one question. And if you look at in deeper, in analytical ability, there are two broad modules. Data sufficiency is having 20 questions. Problem solving is having 55 questions. And in communication ability, out of 70 questions, major part is reading comprehension, which carries 20 questions. Business terminology and computer terminology, which is having 15 questions, and 20 questions from the grammar, 15 questions from the vocabulary. And out of 55 questions in the mathematical ability, there are 35 questions given from arithmetic ability, 10 questions from the statistics, 10 questions from algebra. So this is the overall examination pattern. And if you look at the number of questions which you are going to see in the exam is 200 and 3 sections are going to be there and 150 minutes is a duration and there is no sectional timing. You have to go and write all the questions within the period of 150 minutes and you will be having 200 marks, 1 mark for each correct question and no negative marking in the examination. So this is the examination pattern. And if you look at the syllabus, as per the official APICET website, I have collected this syllabus. So there will be no change in the syllabus because syllabus is very important for the preparation of any examination. So if you look at section A, which covers analytical ability, in the analytical ability, you have 75 questions. Out of 75 questions, 20 questions are given from the module of data sufficiency. So data sufficiency is nothing but you will be having a question followed by two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. By looking at the question, whether you are capable of solving the question by using the statement 1 or statement 2, based on that, decide your answer choice. Your answers are given as statement 1 alone is sufficient, statement 2 alone is sufficient, both are sufficient, both are not sufficient. These 4 option choices you are going to see. Out of these 4 option choices, based on the question, you can pick any one of the option. So those are 20 questions, but these 20 questions are going to be covered with all the syllabus. That means you will be having mostly 13 questions by covering quantitative aptitude topics. That means arithmetic question, time and work, pipes and system, or geometry question, or statistics like probability question. Everything will be covered, and another 7 questions will be covered from reasoning. That means they can give blood relation question and all. That means the main idea of this data sufficiency is student can capable of solving this data sufficiency questions if and only if he is having a good idea on all the topics. So because if you have the idea, then only you can decide whether the statements are sufficient or not. So that is the reason I suggest you to refer this module when you complete the entire syllabus. And then coming to the second part, which is available in the analytical ability. So there are 55 questions covered from the problem solving. Out of 55 questions of problem solving, you will be having 25 questions which are given from sequence and series module. So in this 25 questions, you will be having 15 questions, higher weightage in APICET, you will be having 15 questions from sequence and series. That means only series based questions, finding the next term and finding the missing term type of questions. And you will be having 5 questions which are given from analogy module. Analogy means it's a relationship between the elements. You will be having a reference pair, observe the logic, understand the relation, apply the same logic to get your answer. And then you will be having another 5 questions which are covered from odd man out topic. So out of the given 4 or 5 option choices, we have to pick one element which is different from the given. And then you will be having 10 questions which are covered from data analysis, that means data interpretation. Out of this 10 questions of data analysis, you will be having 2 paragraphs or 2 passages. So one passage will cover 5 questions, another passage will cover 5 questions. So passage means you will be having a pie graph or line graph, or then a table based questions. So overall you will be having one table followed by 5 questions, one pie graph or one line graph followed by 5 questions. And then coding and decoding is having the weightage of 5 to 6 marks. So 6 questions are given from coding and decoding. So in APICET, instead of giving passage based question, in 2023 they given only individual questions. So as I told you, in TSICET you have passage based questions. It's a repeated model. Without giving passage based questions, they won't touch coding and decoding. And even the weightage of coding and decoding in TSICET is 10 questions. But it comes to APICET, there are only 6 questions are given in the last year. And that 2 individual questions they have given. And overall 13 questions are covered from date and time arrangement problems. So 13 questions means you will be having the questions from clocks, calendars, blood relations, arrival departure type, and seating arrangement, and symbol and notation based questions. So altogether you will be having the questions of 55. 25 plus 10 is 35, 35 plus 20 is 55. So overall 1 plus or minus is there here. So this is the weightage of the topics which are there in the analytical ability. Let's move on to the second module called communication ability. In the communication ability, you will be having 70 questions. Out of 70 questions of communication ability, 20 questions are covered from reading comprehension, which is taking the major part of your communication ability section. So 20 questions are covered by taking or giving 4 passages. Every passage is covered with 5 questions, 5 individual linked questions. So 5 into 4, you will be having 20 questions from the communication reading comprehension. And then you will have another higher weightage topic, 15 questions by covering business terminology and computer terminology. And then you will be having vocabulary based questions. There are 15 questions from the vocabulary, and another 20 questions are given from functional grammar. So this is the overall weightage of communication ability section. Moving forward to mathematical ability. In mathematical ability, you will be having 55 questions of weightage. Out of 55 questions of weightage, 35 questions are given from arithmetic ability, which covers the questions from percentages, profit and loss, simple interest and compound interest, questions on time and work, pipes and system, time, speed, distance, and mensuration, number system, and all. So 35 questions are covered from arithmetic ability, very important module. Even this is helpful for placements as well. And then you will be having 10 questions which are covered from algebraic ability, and another 10 questions are given from statistical ability, which covers mean, mode, median, range questions and probability questions. So this is what is the split of individual modules. This is the overall syllabus which is taken from official website of APICET. Just if you observe the major difference, because if you know the difference between TSICET and APICET, you will understand where to focus more, which topics are common, which topics are variant, you will able to understand. So first section, analytical ability, there is no much difference. You will be having 20 questions from data sufficiency in APICET. In TSICET also, you will be having 20 questions of weightage. And then 55 questions are covered from problem solving. And out of this 55 questions of problem solving in APICET, as I told you, again I am trying to repeat, 25 questions are covered from sequence and series, where 15 questions are given from series and 5 questions from odd man out, another 5 questions from analogy, odd man out and series based questions. But here out of 55 questions, 25 questions are given, and in this 25 questions there are 10 questions from series, 10 questions from analogy, and 5 questions which are given from odd man out. So major difference is number of questions given. In the series is 15 here, higher weightage for series. That means if you are preparing for APICET examination, please focus more on series based questions, finding the next term and finding the missing term. And then moving forward to next module, 10 questions are given in data interpretation or data analysis, which is same as both APICET and TSICET. There is no much difference. And coming to next module, 10 questions, 6 questions are given from coding and decoding. But in TSICET, you will be having definitely 10 questions of weightage from coding, one passage based question, remaining linked individual questions, like 5 individual questions. And here there are 6 questions given. And another 14 questions are covered from time and date arrangement type questions, That means you will be having clocks, calendar, seating arrangement, notation based question, blood relations and all, which covers 14. But in this, you will be having 10 questions, which is covering those miscellaneous topics like clocks, calendars and all. So this is a major difference which you are going to see from APICET to TSICET from the module of analytical ability. That means more or less both the APICET examination and TSICET examination is having analytical ability section as same. And coming to next module, communication ability. So in the communication ability, APICET is given more weightage for communication ability when it compares to TSICET, because communication ability is having 70 marks in APICET, but communication ability is having 50 marks in TSICET. So that is a major difference which you are able to see. So, and that too, in communication ability, there is no difference in the topics, only weightage is increased. Reading comprehension in TSICET, if you see 10 questions, in APICET you will be seeing 20 questions. So only difference is not the concepts, only difference is the number of questions which you are going to see. And then mathematical ability section is also having variation when it compares to TSICET and APICET. In mathematical ability, APICET is having only 55 questions, but TSICET is having 75 questions. That is a major difference. And in mathematical ability, again, 2 modules are having the similar weightage. That is, statistical ability is having 10 questions, arithmetic ability is having 10 questions, which is same as TSICET and APICET. So while you are preparing for these 2 modules, there is no much difference. You can prepare or watch the same videos. And only variation is you will be having 10 questions from algebra, but in TSICET, instead of 10 questions, you will be having 30 questions. So that is a major weightage you are going to see from a major difference you are going to see from APICET to TSICET. So now, if you are preparing for APICET, if you are referring any TSICET videos of mine, like in My3 Academy, we have a podcast on TSICET 2024 free coaching podcast. So in that podcast, if you are watching anything, so you just be clear with this video and make sure you are making a note of each and every topic, what is common and what is having higher weightage, and then you look at those videos, then it would be very easy for your preparation. And even don't worry, I'm going to make another podcast on APICET free coaching. There I'm going to include all the concepts. So please subscribe My3 Academy channel and share with your friends so that you will be able to get a good idea on APICET examination pattern and the concepts which are there in APICET. If you follow the concepts, if you follow the questions and explanation and videos which we are providing, I'm sure you will be definitely able to score more without taking any coaching. Thank you so much.